Often, when we talk about the quality of life, we normally think about the things we consume in our body, that is, the food and drinks that we take. We rarely stop and think about the environment that we expose our bodies to on a daily basis and how do they influence the quality of our life. So on this channel, we'll be focusing on our immediate environment and how do they influence our lives. So we'll be focusing on a more controlled space, which is our living spaces, our home. So we'll be giving you tips on how to tweak your space to be an enjoyable space that also helps to better the quality of your life. So hello and welcome back to Better Living Blueprint, where we share videos on how to improve the quality of your life through your living spaces. So today we chose to focus on a studio apartment, and we will be going into deeper details in the next videos where we will be focusing on the floor finishes, the wall finishes, furniture in terms of the furniture choice, the furniture layout in a studio apartment. We will be talking about how to light or not, that is natural lighting into the space, and also ventilation. So this will be helpful for you when you're house hunting for a studio apartment, or when you are constructing one. What do you focus on? Okay, so yeah, let's get to it. When you are living in a studio apartment, you really are in a constrained space. So you don't have much room to put too much. So you have to be intentional about the furniture you bring into that space, and also how do you light that space. So the first focus, or what we are aiming at, is to ensure that you are using more of natural lighting, you're using more of natural ventilation, and also now how do you utilize the space so that you ensure that you're not affecting the quality of your life. If anything, you're bettering it. Okay, so when you're living in a studio apartment, you want to ensure that you're not living like a caveman, okay, whereby you have everything in there and you just have to find your way through it. So we want to avoid artificial lighting whereby you have to be on it all the time. Also, how do you layer out your space? Have you been to a storage? When you're storing things in a storage, you're putting them away in no particular order, really. It's whoever comes first gets the space, right? So you don't want to live in your studio apartment like a storage whereby there's always something on your way where you have to move it for you to be able to move around. So that's another thing that we'll be tackling in terms of furniture layout. The next thing is, when you're house hunting for that studio apartment, what do you look out for in terms of the floor finishes? Most clients don't really pay attention to the floor finishes. They just want to have a tiling or a wood floor finish without paying attention to that. How does that affect the user of that space? That has been my experience in my country, and mostly in the city that I live in currently, which is Nairobi. And you will find that in high-end apartment or studio apartment, the clients are now paying attention into the floor finishes and wall finishes of that space, but it's not the case in most part of the city. So when you're house hunting for that studio apartment, these are the things we'll be talking about in terms of what do you look out for when you're looking for a studio apartment and the floor finishes. Remember, your brain is affected by the finishes of the room, in that when your floor finish is too busy, let's say it has flowers or a lot of prints on it, and they're also using the small size tiles, it affects your brain, in that your brain has a lot of information to process in or within that space. And again, then you put too much furniture or too much things, and the place is either cluttered or crowded, and your brain is ever busy processing something. So you want your brain to be at ease within the space. So we'll be getting into floor finishes and the trays of floor finishes that you put or you look out for in a studio apartment. How do you layer out your furniture in a studio apartment, and how the trays you make, how does it affect your mental health? How does it affect the quality of your life? So in Better Living Blueprint, we are all about ensuring that you're bettering your quality of life. So If you want to see more of this, ensure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this video with someone whom you think you'd like to join us on this team, and ensure that we are all bettering ourselves as we move along life, and also we're making better choices when it comes to the spaces that we live in. Leave us a comment about what you want to see next. Do you want to see more of the floor finishes, the natural lighting into the space, the natural ventilation, the furniture and the choice of furnitures you choose for a studio apartment? How do you layer them out? And also the fixtures that you use in a studio apartment. So do let us know in the comment section, and I will be choosing the topic to focus on in the next. As I said, we'll be focusing on a studio apartment in terms of a series where we will be tackling one thing at a time, so that it's not overwhelming for you to follow along. So if you want to check about floor finishes for a studio apartment, then you'll be able to go to that video. If you want to check about wall finishes and which paints do you use in the studio apartment, you'll be able to go to that video. If you want to focus on furniture and how do you clear them out, or what furnitures do you buy for when you're moving into a studio apartment, then you will be able to find that video. So we want to put it in that order. Also, yeah, we will see you in our next video. Thank you for watching this one. Don't forget to like this video and leave us a comment. See you in the next video. Bye.